Most people, in my opinion, get Stoicism wrong. Specifically, they get Stoicism wrong in the sense that they view it as you become emotionless. You feel nothing. You don't react with anger. You're not happy. You're just kind of a machine, an automaton. That seems to be a pretty common view of Stoicism. I don't think it's correct. I don't think it's really based in anything other than hearing the word Stoic and seeing somebody not reacting to something. In my opinion, Stoicism is much more about not being controlled by your emotions than not having them. You will, of course, still feel things. Even the best Stoics felt things. Historically, that's true. Modern day, that's true. It doesn't go away. But it's what control do those emotions have over you, right? Yeah, if you feel angry, well, are you controlled by that anger? Are you going to go put a hole through the drywall or do something you'll regret, whether that's legally or personally or both? Or do you kind of just go, okay, I'm angry, but I'm going to react to this in a different way? It's much more about controlling your reaction to your emotions than being controlled by your emotions. You will still, of course, feel things, right? Just because you're, somebody who practices Stoicism doesn't mean you aren't going to feel sadness, anger, happiness, joy, any of those things. You're still going to have those emotions. It's just, do you control that reaction to them? I think there's a lot today that is designed to make you react. Most marketing content is designed to make you react. It's designed to make you, in a lot of cases, feel fear so that you purchase something to alleviate that fear. It's designed, or angry, so that you support stuff, right? There's been a ton of like Give, Send, Goes or GoFundMe's that revolve around anger. Whether or not you believe that's justified or not is entirely outside of the scope of this video. It is more, they are designed to elicit that emotion. The news is designed to elicit fear. Pretty much every news broadcast is designed to elicit fear. Movies are designed to elicit strong emotions from you because then you tie to them and you buy stuff, right? Same for almost all marketing. All really good marketing is going to elicit strong emotions from you to get you to buy something. And do you really want to be tied up in those emotions and basically giving up control of your actions to impulses? I guess in one way you could think of Stoicism more as not controlling your impulses, but not being controlled by your impulses. And the reason I say it that way is you're not going to be able to control when you feel anger, right? You're not going to be able to control when you feel happiness, sorrow, the impulse to buy something, right? You're still going to feel those things, but do you give in to that? Right? That's really what it's there to teach you. There's tons of stuff in Epictetus where it's like, well, I'm now afraid because I think it's one like he was afraid of being stolen from because he had a lamp and then he got stolen from. So he bought a cheap lamp nobody would steal and that he also wouldn't care about if it was stolen. So you can deal with things that way. You can deal with things personally where you go, okay, yes, this makes me angry, but I still have a choice on how I react to it. Marcus Aurelius is a pretty famous one where, in his writings, he talks about still dealing with anger and being forced to be emperor. In a lot of ways, these days we have more freedom, but that extra freedom comes with the burden of, right? You don't want to be driving and then, have somebody cut you off and then become so enraged that you rear end them or something, right? You don't want to do that. So being able to not be controlled by those impulses is very useful, in my opinion. For a while, there was a trend on most of the shorts content about intrusive thoughts. Right? The more you feed those, the more of them you're going to get. Right? You get more of what you feed. So if when you have those, if you push them to the side, you're going to get less of them, right? I mean, I think it can be useful sometimes because sometimes those intrusive thoughts is, oh, what if, it might be, oh, what if I quit my job and lived under a bridge? Maybe that tells you are in the wrong job or at the very least the wrong work environment. But beyond that, right, like most of those are not useful things to have. So you shouldn't indulge those thoughts because they're not useful. They don't benefit you. They're not helpful in any way. They're just a thing that's going to take up your time and then you think about it and stress and that sort of thing. So best to avoid it.